Hail heroes! In this video we'll be exploring two-player mode, which was unlocked during the campaign for Cormac on the other side of midnight. And so Cormac was joined by his daughter Grainne the Fair. In two-player mode, the way that the game works differs in some quite obvious ways and some less obvious ways. The most obvious way is that the hero will no longer have the sprig of acacia, which gives the hero a revive when they go into twilight. With that gone, the stakes are a little higher for each hero should they fail to manage their attributes successfully. Each hero will begin play with their skills and their cards. So Cormac will begin play with sword mastery and the longsword and the short sword. Grainne will begin play with dodge, blindside, nimble and 2 daggers. These characters are asymmetric, and the younger character of Grainne has less in her overall attributes than the senior Cormac. So with dodge, blindside and nimble, the diverse skill set of Grainne may somewhat compensate for the weaknesses within her attributes. Now, at the start of play, at the beginning of the game round, both heroes will want to roll up so that they have their actions for the round. We'll begin by generating Cormac's actions for the round. You can see that Cormac has got 2 enemy actions. He has got 2 class actions. He has got 1 interact action and 1 combat action. Then the dice will be passed to the Grainne player, or the Grainne player might decide to use the enemy dice, the blight dice set, and take them for hers. Now, Grainne has generated 1 enemy action, 1 class action, 3 interact actions, and 1 combat. The players must then decide which hero is going to act first, and that hero will have to clear their enemy action. So, for example, if in this scenario the round tracker is instead used to track noise and the enemy actions increase the noise, Grainne might start first, meaning the noise would be set to 1. She would then be free to begin to explore. However, before she leaves her zone or the tile that she's in, she's got to deal with a trap. So she would spend perhaps an interact to perform a test too. She has succeeded in the test, but in this instance she has rolled an enemy, and in the rules of this scenario that means she's made some noise while she finds the trap. But she is now free from the trap, so she then spends a class action to move into the next zone or tile, which is occupied by a Marabao footman. He's currently asleep. So, at this point, the Cormac player decides, I'd like to activate. So, the Grainne player pauses. The Cormac player would then have to clear both of their enemy actions, and that would elevate the noise by 2, coming up to 4. At that point, the Cormac character can spend perhaps a class action to join Grainne in the guard room. And because Cormac is a more powerful character in combat, he may use the combat action to then attack the character, the Marabao footman. He will be rolling custom dice in equal number to his might, which is its current value. For Cormac with sword mastery, Triskelions count as successes in combat as well as the crossed swords. So he has done 3 damage and adds 3 from his longsword, which inflicts 6 damage on the Marabao footman. A Marabao footman has 8 health and 1 defense. So Cormac has done enough damage to lower the health of the Marabao footman to 3. So the Marabao footman is quite likely to wake up. Now, He could be a bit punch drunk from having just been struck by Cormac's sword, but Grainne isn't going to want to take a chance. So she's going to have a stab at that Marabeo footman using one of her daggers. When she does this, the first attack of her round may use blindside, and blindside adds 3 damage to the attack. It can only be used on the first attack of the round or against an enemy that was not in line of sight at the start of a game round. This is her first attack, so she can add this to her damage. She rolls 4 dice. The dagger will add 1 to the successes. 1 damage. Now, Grainne has rolled 1 hit. She has also rolled 2 enemy results. From our previous videos, you will then see that this means that her standard quality item has taken 1 damage, which means that this dagger is now down to 1 durability, and should that happen again, the dagger will be considered broken. However, Grainne has inflicted 1 damage, plus 3 from blindside, and plus 1 from the dagger, to inflict 5 damage in total on the Marabeo footman. The Marabeo footman's defense of 1 is subtracted from that, and so he still takes 4 damage, which is enough to kill him. Grainne then would claim the soul for the defeat of the Marabeo footman. So far so good for the intrepid duo. The hero phase continues until both heroes have expended their action cubes. Then the enemy phase would begin, and after the enemy phase comes the upkeep, and then play repeats as we go into the next game round. That is the end of this short video. We hope that you've enjoyed it, and we thank you for your time. Bye now.